welcome to the 2021 NASCAR Forza Cup Series. Here, we're going to be taking a look at the cars and talking with some of the drivers and show the track and what to expect over the next 36 weeks. I'm TechieRacer, driver of the number 48 Chevrolet Camaro. And today we're going to be talking to Sleeveless, the driver of the number 9 Chevrolet Camaro, and Djpandas, driver of the 88 Camaro. Before we get into them, get to them, let's talk about the cars. There are the 2015 Camaro and the 2016 Mustang, and making their return to the NASCAR series is the 2015 Dodge Charger. These are the 11, 18, and 20, and the 43 car. For today's race is going to be at the Lego Valley Speedway and the Lego expansion for Forza Horizon 4. And hopefully everything will go good. It's been a long, kind of rough for me to get this series off the ground, and hopefully everything goes well over these next 36 weeks. There will be 50 laps at each race. That's the most we can do because how the game is set up. We have these cars have been tested, and they run pretty much almost identical to each other, even though there are some wide air, even though there's a big gap between them. But hopefully everything will be good. So hopefully everything goes good for this race. So let's go talk to our guest, Sleeveless. My good friend Mark will be helping with his interviews. So let's go talk to him and see what he has to say. Alright, what's going on today, guys? TechieRacer here, along with my good friend Wirecon and Sleeveless. And we're going to be doing a interview for Sleeveless for the Daytona 500. That's going to be Wirecon's job. He's going to be asking questions and all that. But before we do that, I just want to ask him, how you doing, bud? Yeah, Sleeveless.
How you doing, Sleeveless?
Oh, what? I think you jumped a little ahead there, bud.
What do you mean?
My end just cut out, but okay. I'm gonna say it froze on my end then. I'm doing great though.
Okay. A little technical difficulties.
My internet's starting to sluggish.
Well, Sleeveless, this is Yarkheim. We're very happy to have you in the 2021 NASCAR Forza Cup Series presented by TechieRacer. We know that you've been running some test laps. How's your car been performing?
Great. Running great.
You running into any concerns before the race with your car, or?
No.
Kind of before we go any further, I should probably mention that he is the driver for the number 9 Mountain Dew Chevrolet Camaro for Hendrick Motorsports. Hey.
If you can kind of see it there.
Hey, right there. Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah.
Mountain
We
Dew.
see the dew.
Do the dew.
Was that the normal dew or the melon dew?
The normal.
So how's the melon dew?
Melon Dew wasn't bad.
Huh.
I'd still
There we
prefer
go.
Frostbite or original.
Okay.
So, in the test route laps that you've completed, what was your times?
I sent it to Tech. I don't know, Braden. Right here. So my first lap, wasn't the greatest. It was a 35. It was a 35.85. Second lap was a 31. Third lap was another 31, and just kept going on down from there.
I'll put his times right here on the screen right now. So there they are. So as you can see,
Excellent.
He did pretty good. It's not. If you see my time, obviously got a big difference. But it's practice runs. You don't know how the car's going to perform to the actual race.
That's right. And we have a few days for him to get some more testing in before we actually hit the track on Friday.
Oh yeah, these times will definitely not be his final time. It's wherever he submits it. That'll be the time that we use.
Excellent. So, in going out to the race, are there any other racers that you have any concerns with? Any direct competitors?
Not really. I mean, unless you talk about the guys that are probably going to be in the top 4 above me. So, Jack's probably going to be one of them.
Oh, we'll have to see. You might surprise us. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, Chase Elliott won the championship last year, which is he drives the number 9 in real life. He just won the championship last year, so he might have he might be able to pull something off here.
So he's got some shoes to fill.
Yeah, you got some shoes to fill.
Some pretty big shoes to fill there, bud.
I definitely got some big shoes to fill too. I got some big shoes to fill here too. So.
Well, we look forward to seeing you Friday on the track, and Taku, I'm going to hand it back over to you.
All right. I just got something to ask you real quick, Sleevis. Is there any? How do you think the drafting is going to affect your driving when you're driving around other cars?
The what?
The drafting.
Might help people pass me, that's for sure. Me passing other people, probably not so much. I really can't get close to anybody without wrecking, so.
Yeah, how many people you think probably hit with the previous races that we've done together? How many people have you hit?
Way too goddamn many to count.
Well, to be fair, though, he can't drive a semi, so...
Okay, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that now.
Alright. Well, you take care, man. We'll see you on Friday.
Alright, yep. See ya, bud.
Well, Steve sure does sound pretty excited for the race. So that was a pretty good talk with him. I think he's going to be doing pretty good for this race. Got some really high hopes, and he did some fantastic lap times. So, okay, so let's go touch our next guest, Djpandas, driver of the 88 Camaro. Now, unfortunately, Warcon couldn't help me because he got caught up in some. He couldn't help out, so I had to ask the questions. And let's just say Djpandas, he's a goofball, so. Yeah, I expect he's gonna say some. If he's gonna say some random things, so just a heads up. If he says something funny, just go with it. I mean, that's just how he is. All right, what's going on, guys?
Darla, did you grab the beer out of the fridge with my dog Snoopy? America.
All right, let's go on to you guys.
My impression of a NASCAR fan.
All right, what's going on to you guys? Tech Heroes here, along with Djpandas, the driver of the Volvo number 88 for Hendrick Motorsport, and
Team Chevy,
all the way. And before we get into these questions, I just want to ask you, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing good. You know, with the Backstreet Boys reunion tour still going on ever since last year, it's been hard for work, but also it's been going good. I've been trying to live life as best as I can, you know. That's basically it. I'm really pumped about the race today and everything else to come.
All right.
Also, though, I am really proud. My YouTube channel, Buffy Panda Kingdom, is doing decently well. It's still trying to get off the ground. My Twitch stream is still DJ_ruler. Is trying to get off, and also my TikTok is pretty good. So,
links,
not bad. It's King_PandaBuff.
Links to both of those channels are going to be down in the description to his Twitch and to his YouTube. So how do you think the race is going to go for you today?
The race, I believe, is going to go pretty good today. It's going to go really well, honestly. My biggest fears are connection and just doing, just trying to make sure I do well without hitting anybody. That's my biggest concern. I'm trying to keep the race as clean as possible, but if you get into me, I'm gonna get you back. That's how it goes. I'm not gonna try and purposely spin you out, but if you try to do it to me, I might not get you that race, but I'll get you in a race I remember.
Yep. It, one thing is for sure that I know about you is that if you can't get to him, if you can't spin him out that race, for sure they're gonna get him the next track.
Revenge shall be mine.
Yep. And also, rubbing's racing. Hey, if I rub you, it's just racing.
I've never been really calling it rubbing because I just rubbed that guy. That sounds so bad, especially because thank God I'm not from California. I just totally rubbed that guy. And I just and honestly, to all the viewers that are going to be watching this is just me on a normal day.
This is
I
how
don't
he.
mean anything by it. This is just me. I'm not homophobic. I'm not. I don't support hate. I do it to have fun. That's what I do. So don't come at me for this. I actually am a very big supporter of the LGBTQ community.
Yep. And
I am part of the LGBTQ community myself. So
real quick, before we get any further, I'm going to go ahead and post his time right here. This is the time he got during his practice runs, which honestly, it's not that bad. He's pretty close to me. Pretty close.
that's better than time that I have in bed. Shit.
Gosh, why?
My interview's probably gonna be last.
Yeah, probably. And question number 2 is, how do you think the car is going to be performing for the race?
Honestly, I have a good feel for the car. The car feels good to me. She's running right. She's purring like a kitten. It's just trying to get out of that first 2 corners after the first or second lap. That thing, she just wants to keep trying to hit that high wall going into the first 2 corners.
Yeah.
But I think I've got that under control. I can still hit about 160, 65 before it just totally skids out.
When we were doing Sleeves' interview, he wanted to know what everyone else's tips and tricks was going to be. And I had to tell him, it's like, I'm not going to ask anyone whose tips and tricks are to making those corners. You got to figure.
If you want to know my tips and tricks, it's easy. I can give you my tips and tricks right now. Feel the car, feel the track, see how you're running, do practice laps.
And that's it.
Check out what works for you. I found my little niche because I've ran that track so many times now. Good God, I know that track almost inside and out. It's just the unpredictability of the drivers.
The better you know the track and the better you know how your car is, the better you'll perform there.
Also, not even the car itself, just knowing when to hit the shifts.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any concerns other than connection problems and ramming into people? Or people hitting you?
Ghost walls. That's another big one,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
have to say that in real.
Yeah,
Because I've gone around that track at the same point if it's the same point 2 times. One time I was doing good. The other one I somehow just was a fraction of a pixel over, and my freaking front fender hit apparently connected as a hit, and I completely go ape shit. Like I spin out. I look like a DJ on a Saturday night.
What? Yeah.
Where'd Panda go? He's 2 tracks over.
I think he's down there in the infield care center after he just had that ginormous wreck. Probably
Yeah,
got
I think the car is okay. I'm not too sure about him or any of the infield watchers.
I hate
Good to know.
I hate for someone to stick their head in there because they might smell something awful in there.
I think the last words he said when he was getting ambulanced off was, I think he said he shit himself. And all you see is in the car, the inside is completely brown. Gravity and torque is a bitch.
All right.
You can take one lock turd and just turn it into a whole splatfest.
All right, question number 3.
Oh, that was a corny joke. I'm sorry. That was just nutty of me.
That's okay. What number 3?
Shitty of me to do.
All right, number 3. Which of the other drivers or which other driver or drivers are you going to be watching out for?
The drivers I'm going to be watching out for is you and Soul Crusher, and I'm going to be watching out for everybody because anybody can take this cup, take the lead.
And
I don't have one person in particular that's going to be a big threat to me or for me. I mean, I'm not going to try and be cocky, but there are warning. You and Soul are the two biggest thorns in my sides when it comes to this shit because you two go, oh, that's drafting, and almost looks like on my end, I get completely fucking yeeted into the next existence. Oh, I just barely touched you, dude. 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 I'm in hell right now in my car, talking to Satan and having a mojito. And Satan, if you're watching this, big fan. Kidding.
Let it be known that Panda is the comedy relief for us. Whenever stuff gets serious, he just says,
am I kidding? You'll know when I'm kidding, just because I usually won't put some flair on it. If I'm
one thing I want to ask you is that do you think there's going to be any rivalries between the drivers? Like, who do you think has got the biggest rivalry between them?
honestly, me and Soul, we've had our rivalry from the beginning since we've almost met each other 11 years ago, almost damn near almost 2 decades, almost a decade and a half. We've known each other, and our rivalry has continued before we met you, and it'll probably continue after you. But we know it's in good fun. We know we're just having a good old time. That's all that really matters to us. I best him, he bests me, and then we just keep going. That's our biggest rivalry.
And one thing I want to ask you too is that when we were doing practicing before the series was about to start, I had you.
Oh dear Lord!
I had you go and drive out the Chargers and the Mustangs. Now, how do you think?
Oh, those two. They performed right there with the Chevy, not saying anything wrong against it. Yeah, there's a little bit of differences, but that's just how it goes. If you I think they're all all-wheel drive. I think it is to make it like you've made it basically almost as fair as you can.
Mm-hmm.
The tuning is they're all running the same times basically.
It's just that one of them might have a quicker acceleration than the others. I mean, it's just like, yeah, the Dodge might have a quicker acceleration, but Fords, the Chevys, they got the top speed for them, going for them. And well, I think that's about all I got for questions right now. I hope to see you on the racetrack, and hopefully,
you will be, and I'm coming for that crown.
And hopefully everything will be good. So thank you for your time, man.
Not a problem. Hell, it's always a pleasure working with you.
Okay, so that was Djpandas' interview, and I tell you, that man is a goof. He's a goofball, I tell you. And just like he said, that's just how he normally is. So he doesn't mean to hurt anyone or something like that. That's just how he is on a normal day. And like I said, he's the comedy relief for us. And, it's funny. Even though it's kind of weird sometimes, but it's just funny. That's just how it goes. And one thing that he mentioned was, I probably should have mentioned, actually I'm going to mention it right now, the championship, how the points are going to be. Actually, here's how the point system is going to work for this series right here, right now. As you can see, it's even numbers, and to make it simple for us, we just use even numbers. First place gets the highest points, last place gets the lowest points, obviously. One thing's for sure though, we are going to be having, there's going to be the rounds for the championship. It means people are going to be eliminated until we have the final four to race for the championship. And hopefully everything will go good with that. And like I said, just that simple. Just even numbers, championship. And one thing I will say about this is that it's going to be kind of based off how NASCAR used to do it back in the old days, based off consistency for the championship. You have to be consistent with your place positions or finish positions, as I will say. So, we won't have anything really weird going on how points are going to work, etc. Just finish the race and see where you're at and see how many points you get at the end. So yeah, and we'll be calling it the chase for the championship instead of the playoffs, because to me that just sounds weird, calling it the playoffs and a racing. And to be honest, the chase sounds better. So anyway, that's all going to do for the pre-race show. So we'll see you for the Daytona 500, and have a good day.